this quilt. And you look at it and you say, oh, just a log cabin. We've done that. Well, this is a floral, curvy, scalloped edge log cabin. So say all that really fast. We've been having this work in process for quite some time because we wanted it to be just right. If you notice, the florals are small florals, and that's what I think makes a good log cabin quilt. If you put a bunch of large florals in there, you don't see them, and it overtakes the quilt. But of course we did blue tones in this one. I'll have to try it sometime in green tones, or maybe purple and green, some other colors that would be pretty. But we did the small florals and the blues, and then these are white tone on tones, but they're all different ones. If you look at them up close, you can tell it's scrappy. We started with some scraps I had, and we thought, well, we'll just see how far those go, and then we used some off the boat, so they're mixed up, and that's what we intended for it to be. So the log cabin can be laid out so many different ways. You can go online and look, but what makes this curvy is these strips are wider than these strips. Can y'all tell that? You can't tell that from sitting back there. These are cut quite a bit wider than these white are. That's what gives it the curvy effect. And then you quilt the feather in there, in that curve, makes it look even more curvy to me. There's a lot of different layouts. There's one that's a spinning wheel type thing, or a pinwheel look. You can lay it out like that. And any kind of log cabin block, you can lay this out and still have the curvy part about it. If you want it even more curvy, you could do these even smaller. Like you could do these like 1 inch, cut 1 inch, and that would even give it more curve to it. That's all it is about the curvy log cabins. A lot of people have asked me questions about them, and basically that's it to get your curve. But we added the border here, and then we added this kind of wide because I wanted to scallop it. And we used Eleanor Burns' scallop ruler to do that with. So what I do is we mark it. I usually use a chalk pencil when I'm doing blue fabric like that, and I mark it, pin it on and quilt it, and then trim it out. If I have the markings, see, like I laid the feather in those scallops so that it would weave in and out without us having to cut them off or anything. So if you ever do a scallop edge, do that if you want us to quilt it and float it in there. Okay, and we just used white tone on the back and bound it with the blue with our binding machine. I love the way the corners look when they're laying on a bed and they're rounded like that. And hanging off, it looks really neat. Okay, the quilting is stitched in the ditch. Sherry, we were talking about yours. You can see what it looks like this, and the feathers flowing around in there. And the center, I just did a feather motif type thing. There's a bunch of different ways I could do the feather in there, but I don't think yours has a center like that. But this one, that's the way I laid it out. It started from a block like this. Can you tell on this piece that they're skinnier? And there's 36 in this quilt. 36 of these. You always start with a square in the center pretty much when you're doing these kind of log cabins. We chose a dark blue floral in this quilt there to start with. But guess what? We have quilt kits for this. Look at that. I have never bought a quilt kit that had everything cut out precision. These are labeled. Do y'all want to take a guess who cut them out?
Joan.
Joan has it. She made 2 of these in case anybody wants one. They're 184, but today I have them for 160. So somebody's already bought the other one. If you want this one, it's 160. If you want one just like this, cut out, put your name on this list I got somewhere, because somebody's already told me. If you want one, put it on the list at the end, and we'll get you one cut just like this. How many can we do? 2, 3, 4 more like this?
forget.
It took her.
It's been a couple of days.
She's a very accurate cutter. It took her a while to cut them out. If you're looking at this online and you want one, put it in the comments. We'll hold this one for you. Somebody don't beat you to it. If not, we'll put you on the list and get yours cut. It's a neat way. All you have to do is sit down and sew, and each one of these is cut to fit in. So all you do is start in the center and start sewing. In a log cabin, you start with that center. If you hadn't made one, here's the center right here we can look at. You start with that center, and you start, and you just go, you do this one to the left, top, left, and you just keep going around like that. Sewing those on. Have y'all done one? Has everybody made a log cabin? Okay.
Made one.
You know what? Some of the old traditional blocks are the best one. Now this being curvy changes it a little bit, makes it a little more modern. But you can make table runners, table toppers. You can make pillows, pillow shams to go with this if you want. All out of the log cabin block.
Pattern?
Pardon?
Pattern?
Pattern? Like this?
Yeah, okay.
Pattern. Yeah, because I wanted to keep the pattern. Joan helped me with this project. We started out with this. This is my nose. This is what the girls here have to deal with. Because I can be sitting before church starts and I'll think of something and it starts going on a piece of paper like that. So that's how we started. And then we have notes like this. That's our border, if you want to know. That's how we figured the border. And then we keep going until, look at Joan. She rewrote it for me. But in the pattern, what I like about the pattern is now when I do another one, I won't have to go through all that mess. But what I like about the pattern is I will be able to cutting chart, cut the floral pieces that. So if I don't buy a kit like this, all I got to do is cut those pieces, 36 pieces, because we got 36 blocks. And then this is the florals, and that's the white ones there. So separate charts. Then you go on, you can see how the block goes. But guess what? You have a chart with the numbers on them. So in the kit, people that buy the kits will know what number 1 is because it's on here, and you just lay them out and start sewing them. How easy is that? Even you could do it, right? Have you made a quilt before? Have you ever made a quilt before?
No.
Well, you need to start. Mr. Bill makes tons of them. Tons. And then you get a color picture with the size, which is 96 by 96 for that one. Okay. Any questions about this quilt? That's my demo for today. We've been working on it for a while to get it just like we wanted it. And I know y'all have all probably made a log cabin block, but I love the curvy, I love the small floral, and I love the scallop edge. Most of the time, scallop edge I do on lap quilts, not big ones like this, but when these hang off the bed, they're pretty.
How many color prints?
How many prints colors? Well, 1, 2, 10? Was it 9 or 10, Joan?
9. I don't know. Let's see if it's 9.
I can't remember that.
Well, it's
Count
all right.
down on
Close
this.
enough.
I'm gonna look at my chart. I'm gonna look at my chart.
Yeah, there would be 9.
Well, all I gotta do is look at the cutting thing.
Yeah, there's just 9.
Yeah.
9, y'all got it?
Yeah.
Got it. 8 of the white and 9 of the print. That's what it is. Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
That's not something I even counted, I don't think, when I'm working with that. Okay, that was fun. Y'all enjoy this. I would love to see y'all make these out of every color. Purples and greens, black and white. And the red, the center be the red. Pop a red or pop a color there. Okay, moving on. Have y'all seen these kits? Yeah, y'all know what these are? Who these are? This is Cave.
Oh, okay.
This is a whole kit with everything except for the lining in it. If you like bright purples and blues, oranges, it's a good kit. So we have some of those in the store now. Also, we got these in just lately. More of them. Isn't that pretty? I love it that there's the purples and the blues in there. I could leave the green out. We don't need green. There's some green
And
in
I was
there.
happy with the green and the yellow.
The green and the yellow. Those are pretty. So
But
those
they're-
are new. I looked this up. I ordered this last year in October. Just now got it.
Oh my goodness.
But they're half-yard bundles, half-yard pieces.
These are, yes.
Yeah.
These are half-yard pieces. It tells on here. And there's 14 in a package. 14 half yards. You can do a lot with that. You know what I like to do with these? I like to do little bags and small projects with them. I even have done pot holders with them. And when I give them to my little lady friends, they love them. They love those bright colors. Love them. And y'all don't forget to watch my tidbit Monday. I'm going to do a little bag. It's one I made up, but it's called a banana bag. So, it's going to look like a banana maybe. Okay. I guess that's it. We'll sign off. If any of you want any of this that are watching for the demo, put it in the comments as soon as possible. We'll try to put your name on it, hold it for you, or get you a kit cut if we don't have it. Okay, thank you. Have a great Saturday.